Good morning, Knicks Nation. I hope that this Friday morning, and happy Friday to you, I hope this Friday morning finds you in good health and COVID free. And I hope that this Friday morning finds your household needs in terms of food and shelter and clothing, as well as health, being met. Blessings upon those that are working in the healthcare field, trying their best to save lives, to comfort the sick, to help those that can't help themselves, to help promote healing. Blessing upon those that pick up garbage for us to keep our places clean. Blessings also upon those that make deliveries for our convenience, from supermarkets to clothes to furniture to little things and bicycles and documents for our convenience. Blessings also, double blessings on those trying to deliver boys and girls, men and women and children, teenagers, as well as adults, from sex slavery, which exists, from human trafficking, which exists, from prostitution, child prostitution, pornography, child pornography, child molestation and pedophilia, which happen every day, multiple times, probably every hour in the United States and around the world. Double curses. May the Most High curse them that participate in these things that destroy human beings and innocence. And blessings upon those trying to help, trying to deliver, trying to recover, trying to help escape that world. Finally, blessings upon the homeless. 600,000 people on this Friday that don't have a roof over their head. Families with men and women as well as children. And people like veterans who have believed in the so-called American dream and fought for their country, only to come back and be homeless. And millions around the world in worse conditions. Blessings upon them, for theirs is the kingdom. And blessings also on those that have compassion on them and try, at least in a little way, to help. Brethren, there's going to be a basketball game tonight. And I'm not going to see the game until tomorrow. I'm going to watch it on League Pass tomorrow. But what I wanted to say, in looking at the game, I have a problem. I am a Knicks fan. I'm a Knicks fan. Fan short for fanatic. I admit it. May the Most High help me. I'm not ashamed either. Been a Knicks fan since 1969. So I'm not, it's not like I just got on this thing. As a side note, I did hate the Knicks for a couple of years. I honestly did. And actually, I was so mad at them for about 2 years. I voted for the Celtics. You say, what caused you to do that? When they let Walt Frazier go to Cleveland because he asked for more money, I was incensed. And I started following the Celtics. And then the Celtics lost me when they traded JoJo White, JoJo White, one of my favorite players. I modeled my game after JoJo White out of Kansas. And when they traded JoJo White, I was so mad. I left them, came back to the Knicks. But I've been a Knicks fan other than that all that time. And one of the things I do, I scout teams. Especially when Tom Thibodeau's the coach, because I think a lot like him. I'm not him, right? I'm no pro NBA coach. But I do scout teams and I figure, okay, this is what he needs to do in this situation. Knowing Thibs, this is what he's going to do in this situation. So I didn't scout the Orlando Magic too much. I saw what the Knicks, and I'm not taking them lightly. But one thing Tom Thibodeau has said that we really need to pay attention to, because he doesn't lie to us. He tells us what he's going to do. People just don't want to hear it, or they got their own mind set up and they think they better coaches than him from the TV set and the couch. And they don't listen to what he's saying. He said last year and he said this year, we're going to need everybody. Everybody's going to get an opportunity. And you know what? He's not joking. You remember there was a couple of games last year where Frank Ntilikina started. I'm just using that as an example. They ended up letting Frank walk for nothing. But even him, he got a couple of starts last year because he said we're going to need everybody. And so now I see, for example, because I looked at the schedule. The media is going to pawn it off like the Knicks got an easy schedule to start off. That's some crap. Now, we do have our fair share of home games, in October and November and December, but we also got our share of road games, and they come one after another. There's a game, a day off for travel, a game, a day off for travel, a game, a day off for travel, a game. There's a lot of that. A lot of it. And between now and the game against Atlanta we got on Christmas Day, there's a lot of that. Okay. There's hardly a chance when you get 2 days rest. Okay. So Thibs is telling us the truth when he said 4 preseason games not enough. And that's why you see him playing like a Kemba Walker in the fourth quarter where you really want to see a Derrick Rose. Because you know why? There's going to come a time where he's going to have to play Derrick Rose. And he's trying to get the most out of Kemba Walker. Why are we not seeing Grimes yet or Deuce, aside from the fact that they rookies? There's going to come a time and they're going to need them. Because the schedule is no joke. And so I'm looking at the schedule and I'm like, dang, there's no way. And I saw in the news yesterday where Julius was like, he got fined $15,000 for throwing the ball in the stands. But what also was going on at that time, they were interviewing him and he was like, he was dead tired, played 46 minutes. And he was dead tired. Now, some of the kids, of course, like the 2 rookies I mentioned, or like your Mitchell Robinsons, your RJ Barretts, those guys are young. They'd be ready to play yesterday, even though it was tiring. These guys, they're not rookies, so they don't have to hit the rookie wall, and they're young. They heal faster, and they're ready to play. But a guy like a Julius who's now 27, or a Kemba or a D Rose, it takes them a little bit longer, to recover from these things. The good thing is that tonight we got Taj Gibson back. And I don't know about Nerlens Noel. If we do, that'd be good too. But Taj, he'll be back and he's fresh. So he didn't play that, that long double overtime game. So we'll probably depend on him a lot more. But the point I'm making is you're going to see a Deuce McBride. You're going to see him. You're going to see a Grimes. There's just too many games. There's too many games. There's a lot. When I say that, I mean, there's too many games to just stick with 5 or 6 guys. There's just too many games. So you're going to see everybody get their chance. You're going to see it, during the course of the season. And again, this is why we being deep, it's a major thing this year. I thought about it the other day when I did the video about we being deep and what that means. But it's even, when I looked at the schedule again, and I had looked at the schedule earlier, but now that the season started, I looked at it again yesterday and I was like, oh shoot, and they ain't no, pushover teams that they playing, man. They got games, against tough teams on the road. So, and it looked like this. Okay. So you start off like, okay, we got Orlando tonight. Then Saturday we're off, come back on Sunday to the Garden. We're in Orlando. Then we come back Sunday, play Orlando again. Then Tuesday at the Garden with Philly. Then we travel to Chicago 2 days later. It's a travel day. We're in Chicago. Then we travel 2 days later down to the Big Easy. That's a long trip down to New Orleans at New Orleans. Then we come back the next day. 2 days later to play Toronto at the Garden. Then 2 days later, Indiana in Indiana. Then 2 days later, Milwaukee in Milwaukee. Then 2 days later, back home at the Garden against Cleveland. Then a day later, back to back, you got Philadelphia in Philly. You're going to see everybody. He ain't joking when he say he needs everybody. You're going to see everybody. And I'm glad. I'm glad because you know why? We deep. I can't wait for Grimes to get off that bench, man. And I mean, not just Grimes, of course, Deuce. I can't wait for them to get off that bench. I was looking last night. They're going to Golden State Warriors, man, are back. Golden State Warriors are back. They still don't have Klay Thompson. They haven't even got James Wiseman back, and Kuminga is hurt. They playing the other Moses Moody, and he's doing good already, but they're playing him sparingly. But that daggone Stephen Curry, man. Start off the year beating the Lakers and then beat the Clippers. 45 last night. And a couple of times, I'm serious, he dribbled the ball and just like maybe 1 or 2 steps over half court. Bang! What you gonna do about that? So I thought, what would the Knicks do? I mean, you can't have Kemba guarding him. You gotta guard him 94 feet. Now I remember last year, Alfred did that. Alfred was guarding Stephen Curry 94 feet. And was trying to make it difficult. He still dropped 30 on us, but it was definitely a tougher 30 for him because they were guarding him 94 feet. You're going to have to do that with Stephen Curry. And I don't know. I don't know if Kemba could do that. I don't know. I honestly don't think he can. You got to be with him soon before he steps over half court. But Deuce can. Deuce can pick him up 94 feet. And I don't know, when do we play them? And we go on the road to play them too. We played them in December 14th at home. And then I know we played them again in San Francisco. So we played them December 14th at home, February 10th at San Francisco. So you're going to see Deuce. You're going to see him. And you're going to see Grimes. And I'm so confident. Even though they rookies, they're going to come to play. And Kevin Knox. Kevin Knox is going to get his opportunity. Now, so far, what we have seen in the preseason is Kevin was playing both wings. Like he played the 3 and the 4, when he was on the court in preseason. So, because the Knicks really, aside from, Evan Fournier's not a 3. He really is a 2, right? RJ, we know, could play both 2 and 3. Burks also can play both 2 and 3. And you really, with Thibs, that's pretty much what you got. But other than that, we really don't have, Grimes is really a 2. He's 6'4", maybe 6'5". He's tough enough to play a 3 because he could definitely defend. But Kevin could play both as well. I think you're going to see Kevin as well. Everybody's going to have to play. So if you're concerned with somebody not getting playing time, don't be. The 82 game season for the first time in 3 years, you're going to see everybody get a chance to play eventually. And then, of course, you're going to get your nicks, like your nicks and cuts, your bruises. Like last night, okay, so I watched Milwaukee the other night. I watched Milwaukee beat the Nets on opening night, their home opener, right? Because the Milwaukee Bucks, when you're a championship team, it's more than just Giannis. And I found that out. That was verified last night against Miami, where they got spanked. Against Brooklyn, they had Giannis, Brook Lopez, right? Jrue Holiday, plus Middleton, and they were still missing guys. They're missing Bobby Portis. They're missing DiVincenzo. They need these guys to be able to come through. They wouldn't have won last year if they didn't have Bobby Portis. You need all of those guys. Well, last night they go down to play Miami, and there's no Jrue Holiday. There's no Lopez. He done hurt his back already. Okay? Jrue Holiday bruised his knee against Brooklyn. You still don't have Bobby Portis. You still don't have DiVincenzo. And Rodney Hood, he's not playing either. I almost forgot about him. You see, deep depth is very important. Last night they were playing this cat that was one step from the G League at the point guard because they didn't have nobody. Everybody's hurt. You're going to see, Thibodeau understands that. You're going to see everybody get time eventually. And that's what I'm saying. Our depth is going to be, I think, in terms of, aside from Mitchell Robinson's health being the X factor, the depth of the Knicks is the second X factor. Really is, because I already, this is the first week of the season, and you already seeing cats not able to play. You already seeing, okay? People got bruises, and what I do also, I know y'all gonna think I'm crazy, but I look on ESPN. I look at different channels, but I look at ESPN, and I'm looking at the injury report for each team. So I'm looking at Orlando's injury report. All right, so against the Knicks, look, Gary Harris is out. Etwan Moore is out. Jonathan Isaac is out. Markelle Fultz is out. Look at the injury report for the Knicks now. Watch. Injury report for the Knicks. For the Knicks, Taj Gibson is day to day because of personal, because his wife had a baby, and Nerlens Noel is out. That's it. And we know Taj is gonna play. Nerlens Noel is the only player out. We are 4 or 5 deep at the 5. You see, I say 4 or 5 deep. Why? Because you got Mitch, Taj, Nerlens, right? Sims, Jericho, as well as we know they're gonna play. They better play that small ball with Julius at the 5. You got 5 guys that play the 5 for the Knicks. See what I'm saying? And whereby here's a young team, Orlando. Again, we can't sleep on them. We've been beaten by worse. But there's a young team here, Orlando, that's missing their starting 4. That's missing who else? They're missing their starting 4 spot. Their starting point guard is missing. Both their starting guards are missing. Michael Carter Williams, who really they got him for defense, but he's out. Bone spurs. Etwan Moore is out in his knee. He's a capable backup for them. They're going to be starting a couple of rookies, and the second year guy Cole Anthony. So, I mean, depth is very important. See what I'm saying? And this is only the first week of the season. When you get into this murderer's row of a season that we starting already, you're going to see, I'm telling you, you're going to see Grimes, you're going to see Deuce, you're going to see Jericho, you're going to see everybody. You're going to see Kevin Knox. Everybody's going to, and that's why being ready, that's what Deuce is always saying. I'm always going to be ready. I'm not worried about sitting. I'm just, when my time comes, I want to be ready. And Thibs is always preaching that, and he's always like hyping up the 2 rooks he got. He said, those 2 guys are going to be really good players. They're really pushing us in practice. I bet you they are. Not only are we here, what we say? We deep. And we're going to need it. Everybody is going to need it. Not just us. Every team is going to need it. Every team is going to need it. Because it's a long, like I said, man, this ain't no joke. The NBA season is long. It's no joke at all. And so we got Orlando, and it's not a back-to-back. It's a home and home. So, there's 2 games. They got to travel up to New York and play against us. Then there's Philly. See, not only is the health, a big time thing, as I said, what you never want, and please, I get people always suggesting certain trades with players that will bring drama. Look, man, Philly, you want Philly's problem? You don't know Ben Simmons being suspended. He don't want to be on your team. He was supposed to be your starting point guard. Shake Milton is out, your backup point guard. And Joel Embiid is questionable for Friday's game already with knee soreness. Whoever they play tonight, he questionable. We don't want that drama. Some of y'all don't even think about Kyrie. I don't care what Stephen A. Smith or anybody else says to you. Don't think about Kyrie. Don't want no drama. Don't want no drama. Drama is as bad as an injury. Drama is like you bringing poison ivy into your locker room. Okay, it's just as bad as an injury. So, no. So we playing them, and they got that going on. Now, they played well the other night. They beat somebody. I forgot who they beat, but they played very well. They're going, we knew Maxey was going, we knew Maxey was going to be good, right? We wasn't for sleeping on Maxey. And he had 20 the other night, but Korkmaz was on fire for them. He was just unconscious, and he's a streaky dude. He's a lot like Tim Hardaway in that regard. If he gets hot, he can win the game for you. But if he's cold, he's going to do the John Starks 1 for 16 number on, He's very streaky. He's always been like, well, he was hot the other night. I think he had 30. And they killed somebody, man. They beat somebody down. But, yeah, but so this is important. I'm watching these things, how these injuries come up and there's dramas and all that. That helps us. We got no drama in our locker room. We got no drama in our locker room. Everybody's on the same page. Everybody's supporting each other. Everybody's fully bought into Tom Thibodeau. That's big time. Okay, that's big time. And then we deep. So it's going to work in our favor. I bet you by the time you get to Christmas Day when we play the Hawks, that's going to be like, you're going to have to look back and see how we were doing. Again, I'm still expecting us to have a bit of a slow start. This is a crazy schedule. But what I'm really hoping is I'm hoping between Grimes and Deuce, a star emerges. You know, like somebody just comes out, breaks out, and becomes that next star. I know I'm crazy, right? But I really believe in these kids, and I think they could do that. So anyway, it's on now. So y'all who going to see the game, enjoy the game tonight. I'll see it again on the replay tomorrow, then we'll see it Sunday. Sunday, we're going to be on KOT, Nick of Time, with my man Jay Ellis on Sunday night after the game. And like I said, we were going to, I'm watching the replay tomorrow, so I won't see it tonight. But anyway, y'all please enjoy yourself this weekend, especially y'all in New York. Have a good time, but, be careful out there. It gets dangerous on them streets sometimes. Be careful. Be safe. Enjoy your weekend. Shalom.